I am so excited. I got one. Okay, this was Solomon Allen. He says, why all your videos you talking about what your children did wrong? Okay, and it was a question. It was a good question, and I'm okay with answering those questions. And quote unquote is not all. I mean, that's all. No, I've done other stuff. But what did I say? My page, I said it's not all, but my page is more about the frustrations of parenting and its struggles. There are lessons to learn and to let others know they're not alone, because I can't possibly be the only parent who goes through stuff. Yeah, it's easy to talk about the good stuff, but nobody wants to talk about the bad stuff. Everybody wants to, or many people want to put on this facade that their life is so perfect. So I'm here to represent the other part. It isn't. My life's not perfect. Is yours? And if yours is perfect, more power to you. So therefore, everybody else is posting the perfect stuff. I'm posting the real life nitty gritty stuff and the frustrations of parenting. So my page is not going to appeal to everyone, and that is okay. The other question was, she says, I love your channel, but this was a bit mean on Clinton. It starts with trust. And that was the video with Clinton, where the video that a lot of people hate, because I did a lot of that. I was sitting in the car waiting for Bobby. It was my silly moment, and I had it. Okay. That one, Clinton wanted to go to a beach house with a whole bunch of teenagers. Everybody underage, anything. So it would have been about with 10 guys. Everybody's underage. It's on the beach. Clinton does not swim. If there was a parent going, then sure, go and have a good time. I don't keep my kids from doing anything. If there was parent supervision, and then when I spoke to the parent who owned the house, the parent was like, well, I can't say there won't be alcohol. That's a red flag right there. Because when you're under the influence, you do stuff and your judgment is off. And when you're with a whole bunch of young boys, anything can happen. And Clinton cannot swim. So just because I want to be the cool mom, let him have all this freedom, I'm supposed to let him go to an event that's unsupervised? And he can't swim. Let's just say they talked him into drinking. He's drunk. They all get in the water. Where's my son? Floating face down somewhere. Because I'm like, oh, you can go. You can do whatever you want. That's the difference. You have young people who want to comment on things. They're not parents. They don't know what it's like to be a parent. They don't know what it's like to love your own child and want to keep them safe. They don't know what it's like to love your very own child and you don't want to see them doing things that are harmful to them. They don't see those things. But until people become a parent, you shouldn't really have too much to say. Because you don't know what it's like to love your own seed and want to protect them. Protect them to a point. I'm not a helicopter mom. I give my kids a certain amount of freedom, okay? So I'm not helicopter. But when something does not, and the very next weekend, Clinton spent the night at his friend's house with parents home. Bye-bye. Clinton went to a beach house when the parents went, because I spoke to the parents. Bye-bye. But when a parent has that gut-wrenching feeling that it's not the right thing for their child to do, that's when you parent and you say no. Okay, so we got that. Until you have children, you become so protective of them. I mean, some parents can be overly protective. I do think that. I'm not overly protective. But that trip, and this place is about 2 hours away. Anything can happen. A whole bunch of boys, unsupervised. Suppose they got silly, brought a girl to the house. That girl could say anything. No. You gotta think, see, and when you don't have children and when you're young, you don't think about the consequences of things that can happen. But as a parent, sometimes we think for you, because when you're 15, 14, 13, you're not mature enough, not all, but most kids are not mature enough to make these decisions and take into consideration the consequences. They're just not. So therefore, you have a parent who make decisions for the children when they feel as though something is not right or not the best, in the best interest of the child. So how does that mean? Me telling Clinton he can't go on a trip? How I delivered the story, hey, I'm extra. I'm always gonna be extra. Nobody's ever gonna change that about me. I've always been extra, honey. So how I delivered, please, I was probably delirious sitting in that car waiting for Bobby. But yeah, I tell stories, and yes, I'm pretty dramatic. Yes, I will walk in a party and have funny teeth on and be loud when I walk in. We're gonna get the party started. So maybe it was my delivery, because I'm not like, and you gotta understand, I come from Brooklyn, I come from the hood, I come from the arts, I come from acting and being dramatic and being funny. So my delivery is going to be different from somebody else's delivery. My delivery is going to be different from someone who's in Asia, because typically they're a little more submissive, quiet. Case in point, Clinton's grandmother is Japanese. Very quiet, very submissive lady. I'm not.
Clinton! You ain't going.
So maybe it was my delivery, because well, Clinton, I don't think, no, that's not my language. I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. I'm like, and I'll just go to my room. But on this trip, it was, no, Clinton, you ain't going. You are not going. Okay, Clinton? No, son, no. So, no. So maybe it was my delivery that makes me look mean? Nah. And let me tell you something else. If any of my children want to go live with their father, they are more than welcome to go. I will not stop them, because you know what? I've been present for 16 years. I don't get days off. I don't get to pop in and out whenever I feel like it. So whatever decision my child chooses to make, and they want to go somewhere else, I'm confident in what I've put out for 16 years. I know what I've done for 16 years. So you have to be comfortable with you. I'm comfortable with me. And if any of my kids want to bounce and go where they think the grass is greener, go ahead. I'm okay with that. And here's another thing, and this is probably my teacher stuff coming in. We all have background knowledge from our experiences, from things that have happened to us, from success to failures. We have all those things. For me, and maybe this makes me a little harder, I've experienced so much loss at a very young age in my life. Well, not so young now, but when I was younger, to lose my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, aunts, uncles, to lose all those people, I'm used to loss. And you only have one life. And if my kids, so I have all of this experience and all this pain and all these things on my shoulders. And at a younger age, I probably should not have experienced that. So the way I think and the way I react to things are gonna be different than someone else who has never experienced these things. My actions are gonna be different from someone who's never had children. So you have to take into consideration all these factors. And I'm really gonna say that most people who have negative things to say, I bet they're not parents. Oh, because you didn't let your son go. You're a terrible mom, you're this. Okay, because you know so much about parenting. Let's see what happens when your little one talks about they're going away for the weekend at 15, 14 years old and there'll be no parent supervision. Not in my house. No, there better be a parent. I better be talking to a parent. Okay? When he's 18, even 17, I'm sorry. A girl can say whatever she wants, and next thing you know, Clint in handcuffs because I want to be the cool parent to let him do whatever he wants. No, I'm gonna help him make the right decisions. And sometimes Clinton makes poor decisions. Clinton is very, very immature for his age. I've dealt with this. I've had to sit in Clinton's classes, okay? He's just very immature, and I do know that some boys mature a little later than girls. Y'all don't know what I've been through with Clinton. So if I'm saying you can't go to a beach house with no parent supervision, that doesn't make me mean. That makes me a parent, sweetheart. That's what it makes me. So when you become a parent, or maybe you are, if your child tells you they're going somewhere, they're underage, and if you have been parenting your children not parenting you, you might say, well, I don't know if this is the right decision for my child. Because you know what? Because it's your job to protect your children and to make decisions for them that's not going to hurt them. And as far as drug testing Clinton, yeah, Clinton gave me probable cause. Yes, Clinton did something that he should not have done. So, and Clinton is half part Japanese, so he has puffy eyes, naturally. And child, let me tell you, when it's allergy season, I'm like, where you been? Let me smell you. Because his eyes are always puffy, so I'm like, And he disappears a lot. He's hanging out with all these friends. So it was just, let me see what my child is up to. I said, let me check because you've been looking kind of strange. And the test came, and he was fine with the test. We talked about it. You go pee yourself. No, I did not watch him. I stood outside the door. You can watch your son pee. No, I stood outside the door. He would probably freak out now. He don't want me seeing his thing. So, no. So I stood outside the door, people, okay? And so that's what I'm saying. And in my book, a parent who's concerned, a parent who parents their child, that's part of being a good parent. Okay, it's not a bad parent because you're making this. Me saying, Clinton, you can't go to the party is not hurting Clinton at all. He was like, okay, because the next weekend he went and spent the night at his friend's house. Goodbye. You know, even now they're like, is there somewhere you can go? Because all your Fortnite yelling and screaming is making all our nerves bad. Sydney is giving her PTSD. She has, when she's going to the bathroom upstairs, she has to hold her ears because it makes her nervous. I don't know if I can deal with that for the summer. I'm okay. If anybody wants to take Clinton for the summer, call me. I'm serious. So, and that's part of parenting. So don't look at it. I love all you guys. And my little page is growing. I've only been at it for 6 months. It's 6 months. And I know you love Clinton. I love Clinton. Clinton's my fun one. But I'm still going to be Clinton's mom. And there's still going to be certain decisions that I make for Clinton. Honestly, Clinton gets away with a lot with that Fortnite. I think his grades are failing now. So I think I could be a little tougher on Clinton, but I'm not. I wish I had help with all the kids, but I don't. Sometimes I get tired. I get tired of being the bad guy. I get tired. And as a parent, you want to know what makes a good parent? It's okay to be tired. It's okay to not like parenting sometimes because that makes you human. That makes you normal. It's normal to be exhausted. And when you first have a baby, you are exhausted. And let me tell you, I don't wish having a baby doing it by yourself on anyone. Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. You doing it by yourself, just do your thing, child. Do the best you can with what you know, and just, that's what makes a good parent. Even if you have, you know, you're fighting alcoholism, you're fighting drug addiction, that's a sickness. That's a sickness. But I still don't think it really makes you a big parent. You're sick. And until you get the help you need, you can't give your child the best for them. Okay? So what makes a good parent, there are no rules. Everyone's gonna have something to say about what you do because you didn't do it the way they did it. Somebody's always gonna have something to say. But as long as you're loving that child, you're giving that child what they need. And some of the things that my kids get more of what they need than what they want. I can't give them what they want, okay? So all the time, I try. It's the little thing. They like the little things. And I will say, not to throw the dad totally under the bus, he will get them things that they want. So he will buy their sneakers and little earbuds with no strings attached. He'll get that stuff because I'm not. So I will say he does the materialistic things. Me, I'm there every day. I'm at your games. I'm at the parent-teacher conferences. I'm there. I'm the do or die. That's who I am. I don't get a chance to check out. And I understand. I put my life on blast on YouTube and before it was Facebook, but it was mostly my friends who loved me and who knew my heart and soul. But on YouTube, I have opened myself up. So I try to accept some of the negative stuff, but the rude stuff I delete because my kids see that. I know, and Sydney used my computer the other day and I try to delete those things. I don't want my kids to see that. You have the worst mother on the planet. Why? How can you say that? Why? Because I told my son he couldn't go to the beach house, or because I drug tested my son and we were playing throughout the video, so that makes me a bad parent? How? Because you're a parent. You're a parent, right? Not. You were a young kid. So I love you. Ask me some questions below. I don't know, somebody told me to do that. That's when you ask me questions. So make sure you hit the subscribe and the buttons. Y'all know I don't notice that. Y'all gotta help me out. Y'all gotta help me out with this stuff, child. And I know it's a button so you know when I post up. My kids, my students are coming back soon. I love you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate all comments, respectful comments, and I comment to everybody. Everybody, even if it's a quick thank you. You know, I only got like 5 subscribers, and can y'all share this stuff out? I don't know, and try to get me, you know, more exposures or something. I don't know how this stuff works. I can't do no Insta-chat and Snapchat. I'm not doing that because I don't understand it. And if it's just posting pictures, I don't understand it. And my kids don't help me understand it. My kids don't watch the vlogs. They say, no, Mom, we live the vlogs. I don't understand it, so I don't know. My brain is like grandma. I don't get Insta-chat. Ooh, Instaguard? Instacat. Snapguard. Snapcat. I don't know. Is it? I don't forgot what it was. I'm coming. All right, the kids are here. We got some reading to do. Instacart. Instasnap. It's an Instasnap? I don't know. You know what? 5 more days of school. That's what I do know.